Hello, my name is Christoph. I'm the director of the CO Pop convention, which is the business part of CO Pop Festival, both happening since 18 years now in Cologne in Germany. What might be the difference from our event to other events during the COVID crisis was that we did 2 editions instead, fully digital. Our team has a lot of learnings in these 2 editions, which are quite crucial for what we want to do in the future, especially when it comes to the question of how should showcase festivals and the added-on conferences and business parts should look like in the future. We've made a quite interesting experience because since we did the 2 digital editions, our professional audience, people who register for tickets, have changed dramatically. It was getting A, much younger, B, coming from places we've never had before. That's the good thing about the digital thing. We have grown numbers with people, let's say, coming from London or from Paris or even from Berlin, because it's much easier to enter an event online and not to travel, to spend money for the trip, for the hotel, for the tickets. So you save a lot of money, and the barrier is getting lower to interact with such an event. In numbers speaking, we have grown the numbers from the physical to the digital first event in October, about 350 people more. And from the first digital event to the second in April, another 700 more. And 80% of them were first movers. We have reached a much broader audience, a much younger audience, a much more dedicated professional audience through the online edition. I would be totally stupid to say, and from now on we go back just to a physical, to a presence event. I will lose all these people. Saying you can work much more international on the one hand, and as an event producer, you can save a lot of money as well. The question to say, how do they look like in 25 is, we now have to find a solution how we integrate the digital visitor or handle the digital visitor on the same level, on an eye level with like the physical visitor. And I think this is the challenge. And there are some ideas already how to do that, not to have a 2-class system, you know. We all know, even the digital visitor has to pay for his ticket. And you have to make clear that he's getting the same value, except that he cannot drink a beer with you and me in reality, but the same value of information, of interaction. What we have learned out of that is like that we all are more used to work with the digital tools. I was participating in 2 conferences just the last couple of weeks, fully digital, and the professional level has grown tremendously. Everybody knows how to use such platforms, how to onboard your delegates, how to communicate with them, how to make them feel comfortable within these ecosystems. And that worked really, really well. And this was a conference I normally would fly to. And to be honest, this was like, okay, now I don't want to go to this event anymore. If not necessary, we can do it online. Of course, the closer to your own event the bands are coming, means traveling by car instead of flying or long train trips, etc., makes your planning a bit safer. And also I'm facing a lot of people, even though you are allowed to travel, they don't feel safe to travel. I think that's what we are facing right now. And this will still follow us for a while. The whole circus we knew, like people traveling all across, not even Europe, but also around the world, this will stay on a lower level for quite a while. That's what I expect, especially when it comes to overseas activities. There's so many initiatives coming from the artist side to being more sustainable when it comes to touring, performing. We are part of many initiatives. The Green Music Initiative is just one example, how to make festivals greener, how to make clubs greener, how to make touring more sustainable. We are also part of this world. We are not just because we are artists and because we are festivals, we are out of the box. No, we are part of this ecosystem as well. We have to think about it. Cultural events are on the forefront to show society how it can work. Just create ideas and find solutions how we can do that in the future. More sustainable, more clever, more effective. I saw so many bands playing South by Southwest, just a waste of time, of money, of everything, you know. I think this will stop and this will not come back again.